11:39, and we're approaching noon very quickly. This is Chad Emmerich, and I am here at the Vienna City Building, where we are holding our first brown bag lunch discussion with the mayor, me. And we're going to be here until about 12:30. We can hang out a little longer if you want to. If there's anything that you have in the way of discussion for concerns, thoughts, complaints, whatever it may be, I am here in City Council chambers right now. I don't have a brown bag, but I do have a to-go container. And we're going to sit here and just have an open discussion. There's no set agenda. There's no set, topics that we're talking about. Whatever it is that you would like to come and talk about, we will be here. If you can't be here and you're on this feed right at the present time and you have a comment or a question or a complaint, you can message me and we'll try to get that answered. So until those come through or we have some discussion, I'm going to just kind of hit mute and we'll go on. And as we get the conversation going, we'll bring everybody back. So we are here. Enjoy your lunch if you're not here with us, wherever you may be.
Pop-ups. I mean, we don't have to have the
All
big
right. So
things.
one of the and look, this is an open discussion that you don't. It's not just me talking. So one of the questions that got brought up was a local farmers market here in Vienna. Last year we put out and we advertised it as the Gather and Grow, wasn't it, Amy?
Yes.
That we had, in which we wanted to host at the pollinator garden and bring vendors in. And the only requirement was vendors had to get an actual City of Vienna business license, which is a whole $5. And they could set up. We were going to do it at the pollinator garden. There's a really nice track that goes all the way around, and we'd have availability of some utilities. But for the most part, it would just be set up in your tents and stuff around the area. So that's something we would like to see. There has been a large interest in that. However, finding vendors that aren't already committed to that. If that's something that you would like to participate in, you would like to work with, and you would like to see done, reach out to me, reach out to my office, and we can coordinate and pull those together. The City of Vienna necessarily wouldn't be doing the event, but we would be sponsoring the event, working with locals to be able to pull that off. And we wanted it to be a garden and grow type thing. We didn't want it to be where you went and bought $1,000 of plastic trinkets to resell. Maybe you grew stuff in your own garden. Maybe you had crafts that you made in your home. Whatever it may be, we wanted to invite you to participate in that. If you've not been to the Pollinator Garden is on the corner of 28th Street and River Road. It is an incredible, wonderful green space where you can go and enjoy. Overlooks the river, overlooks Spencer's Landing. There's big, beautiful trees for canopy. There's benches. There's picnic tables. It's a hidden gem in the city that not a lot of people they just simply may not know about it. But I encourage you, if you're looking for something that's ADA compliant, to be able to get out and walk. There's a beautiful track. There's easy access for parking and such. The only thing that we don't have down there right now are restroom facilities. But I would encourage you to go down, check that out. It's a beautiful place to simply go down and enjoy and see what's going on. Just had a comment. Thank you for doing the brown bag. Wish you could be here. So that's a wonderful place. If again that's something you'd want to do, reach out to me, let me know, and we'll get you hooked up and we'll try to get something scheduled and rolling. I believe those are good community enhancements, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so we'll wait and see if any other questions. I'm going to unmute this. I'm going to turn it down a little bit so you can hear just the conversation we're having in the background. But if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. And again, I'm here until 12:30 today for any of your questions, comments, concerns, complaints, whatever it may be. We're here until 12:30 at the Vienna City Building, right inside Council Chambers. Right. So part of the process at Spencer's Landing is to design and have put in restrooms there. We've never really talked about bathrooms up on top of the hill at the Pollinator Garden. It probably wouldn't be unattainable, probably be easier in a sense, but there's not a current plan for.
But I'm absolutely sure there was.
We do. I did have one put in last year, and we can call and get. We'll do the ADA compliant one.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure if we were supposed to contact them to do it, that we do that. And, but if it was done on some sort of schedule, maybe it is May 1st or something, and,
I think they're pretty quick. When I had additional porta-johns added at Spencer's Landing last year,
yeah.
you could they were right there with it, because we do porta-johns at Lake Betsy, Spencer's Landing, the Pollinator Garden, and there's one at the rec building for the frisbee golf people that enjoy the frisbee golf, the frisbee disc golf. It is. Have you ever watched them do that?
Yeah,
The disc golf? It's pretty intense.
yeah.
And there's a mass crowd of people that go over there and use that area in and of its.
Are we the only one in the
Is
area?
that's the one with the frisbee looking
Yeah, so
that you get in
they
the cage?
they have it's a special frisbee. It's not like the dollar frisbee. It's a
There's
very
different
heavy.
sizes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
frisbee.
Little
And
League's
they
house sells
they
them.
have it. There's like a gizmo. I don't know the technical term.
I don't know, it's some kind of basket.
Where you throw it at and it's a basket and
Chain
there's
basket,
chains that
Yeah.
catches the frisbee.
And pickleball's really picked up too.
pickleball has been incredible. Now this weekend is the FOP pickleball tournament. In talking with Mike Pfeiffer, were you in there for that conversation?
Yes.
They're expecting like 450 games.
Oh,
424, I think.
424.
That's what he posted, 424 games. I think they're using 12 courts.
Yeah. So they start the tennis courts, just for anybody out there to know, the tennis courts at Jackson Park will be closed as of tomorrow through Sunday. We have the FOP pickleball tournament coming up. And because of the incredible size of that tournament, they also have to utilize tennis courts. And they'll tape those off, and it's special tape, and they have to, do the exact measurement. They've got the equipment to do the exact measuring in. So once it's taped off, we have to lock that off. So I apologize for any of the inconvenience on that. So if you wanted to play tennis this weekend, probably not going to be your best location to do it in, because as of tomorrow through Sunday, what is that, the third? Second? Third. Oh, because you guys have got a
Second is Saturday.
Saturday. Excuse me. Friends of Vienna has their huge. They're huge. It's huge.
It is
Sale that they're going to be doing, and that's at Wayside.
in the gym.
It's a Wayside in the gym, and it starts off at what time?
8 a.m.
8 to
3.
8 to 3. So do they buy stuff just individually, or do you give bags and they buy per bag? How do you guys do that?
We haven't, usually individual items are priced.
So they just kind of come through. And what I remember last year is that those prices were all very affordable, and there was a bunch of stuff. So Wayside United Methodist Church is located on the corner of Grand Central and 30th Street, and they have a big activity center on the back side of that facility, and that's where Friends of Vienna will be holding their annual huge sale to be able to help support our area's largest 4th of July celebration, the Freedom Festival. That's going on this year at Spencer's Landing. This is the second year now that we've had it at Spencer's Landing, and there's a lot of stuff being packed in to that weekend. For the first time this year, they're doing a wrestling, literally, old school, like WWE, WWF. If you remember back in the day when, Hulk Hogan, I'm showing my age. They've got, who is it? Hacksaw Jim Duggins is coming. Hacksaw Jim Duggins. If you were a wrestling person, if you were a kid back
He's
in
not
the...
wrestling.
Yeah, he was wrestling.
He's not wrestling now.
Yeah. Oh, he's not wrestling?
He's signing off.
He's just signing autograph, but he's not wrestling, which is probably
He'll
a
be
good thing.
there.
But he will be there. Those are the guys I remember, and I remember watching him. So it's going to be so cool to see him actually right here in Vienna, West Virginia. But there will be other wrestlers that are going to be there, and for the first time, that's going to be absolutely, amazing. Especially, I'm sure, for the kiddos to be able to watch. That's on that Thursday evening. What are the dates of the
25th is the wrestling. The 26th and 27th also are the Freedom Festival.
25th is wrestling. That's Thursday.
Thursday evening, followed by a dance party with
Followed
DJ Chad.
by the dance party. Wiki, right? Look, I am not a professional DJ by any means, but we keep things moving. So that'll be on Thursday, then Friday and Saturday. There's all kind of activities. There's concerts. There's vendors. There's food vendors. There's parachute team. If you didn't see the parachute team last year, they did an absolutely amazing job. And it was so cool. And this year, don't they have a dog that's...
The parachute team jumps with the dog.
They're jumping with a dog. I think that's so cool. But they come in, and there'll be 2 jumps this year that they'll do, and they'll publicize when those are. But you see them, and they come and they land right there at Spencer's Landing. Then the concerts are going on. The big concert this year is Smash Mouth. So if you're familiar with them and familiar with their tunes, they will be there. Friday night, is that the Journey Tribute Band? Friday, I'm doing all this from memory.
Rita Davis.
I should have maybe made some notes. So there's a Journey Tribute Band on Friday night, and we're just praying that it's not 400 degrees this summer, because although we were by the river last year, it was hot, hot, hot. And And I could have only imagined had we still been down on the pavement in the parking lot. In Spencer's Landing, if you've not been there, along River Road, you can get to it the easiest by going 28th Street, taking a right north, and you'll see Spencer's Landing. It is a beautiful attraction along the Ohio River. Several acres of just big, beautiful green space. If you enjoy the river, I like going down, and we've got these very nice swings that are down there, and you can go down and watch the barges and things go by. There's always a nice breeze, which we're thankful for, especially when it's hot. And it's just a really hometown feeling to have an event. So remember those dates, June 25th, 26th, 27th, for the Freedom Festival. The majority of everything is absolutely free. You can buy VIP tickets to the concert and get some special seating up near the actual performers.
And the wrestling.
And the wrestling has VIP sitting as well. But then there's also free sitting, complimentary seating that'll be general seating in and around that. So you can come. There's a carnival for the kids where you can buy day passes, food vendors, and just a really good time. And it's sneaking up on us pretty quick. We're just about 60 days away from that, so mark your calendars. And don't forget about the drone show. That is a wonderful asset because so many people they can't do fireworks. Dogs, animals don't like fireworks. Military members that suffer from PTSD don't like fireworks in a lot of situations. And the drone show that's put on by Friends of Vienna at the Freedom Festival is ginormous. It covers the entire sky, and if you've not seen them before, you go down and it plays music. They got music blaring, and up in the sky are all of these various
300
drones.
this year.
How many?
300. Which is more than we've ever had.
300 drones will be in the sky, and they move around and they're lit, and they make images in the sky, which is it's really nice. So if you haven't seen it, I would suggest, is that Saturday night? Saturday.
About 10:15.
Is there two shows?
There are 2 shows.
It's going to be wonderful. So make plans to come and enjoy that. If you are looking for a wonderful community atmosphere to be able to enjoy with your family and celebrate, what's this year? 250 years of the most incredible nation on earth, the United States of America. We celebrate our birthday. And what better way to do it than in hometown USA, right along the Ohio River with all of these features. So mark your calendar and make sure you come out with that. Again, I'm going to go back to eating a little bit. If you got some questions or concerns, shoot me a message.
Random.
Well, so the water went off last night, and we've put this information out there quite often. If you have you see a water leak, you see something, you can call the police station, the non-emergency line, and they'll get a hold of Public Works. You can shoot me. I found out about it last night. A resident shot me a message on Facebook and said, "This don't look right." And out of the center of the street, water was bubbling up. And we have a couple places around town that do that when it rains, that we're going to get fixed. However, it was not raining last night and water was bubbling up. So I went, took a picture of it, sent it to Craig Metz, our Public Works Director, and within an hour we had a crew on site tearing up the concrete and getting it fixed. Water was out from approximately about 9 o'clock to 12:30, and they had everything buttoned up and taken care of. But if you see something like that, let us know sooner rather than later. Even if you don't know, sometimes people be draining their pools and people don't know whether it's a water leak or where the water's coming from. Alert us, let us know, let us send somebody out. I go and check out all the ones that I get messages on, and let us determine whether it's somebody draining a pool or whether we've got a really bad leak, because water does not take a lot of time to wash a lot of stuff out. So we would rather act on that sooner rather than later. Historically, if it's a water main break, it's an immediate fix. If it's a service line break and there's no reduction in water pressure and service to area homes, they may put it off to the next day. But last night was a 4-inch water main, which affected a lot of people. Were you guys without water? I think you said you were.
Yeah, about
Yeah, you were.
12,
Oh, you
30.
wanted to know why your dishwashing machine shut off. It's because there was no water.
Yeah.
And I
My
tried it.
dishes were filthy.
Yeah, she says, "Why were my dishes still dirty?" It's because you didn't have any water.
It was in mid-cycle.
If you ever have a question about what's going on, check out. And if you don't follow to get the alerts, follow the City of Vienna Facebook page. Follow my Facebook page. It's Chad Emmerich. And I put out all of those alerts and try to keep everybody as up to date as possibly can. I can. And if you have a specific question about something, shoot me a message. Got a message from this one right here this morning about what time did it go off, because she wanted to make sure that something wasn't wrong with her dishwasher. And when I explained the water was off from about 9 to 12:30, it let her know that her dishwasher was fine. She just was out without water. Now, I get a lot of questions about, do we have a need for a boil advisory? You'll see that we do a lot of these repairs, but Public Works doesn't necessarily put out a boil advisory. We have a system in place that Public Works flushes the lines and cleans out the lines before they restore service and it gets back to your house. So the water that they're pumping through when you go to turn on your spigot is clean, fresh Vienna water. If at any given time something doesn't look right, we'll get a lot of, my water looks foamy or it's bubbly or it's hazy. Most of the time that's because when they put the lines back together, there's oxygen and air that, I guess that's one and the same, right? Air and oxygen. That gets in the line and it basically aerates the water and can give it a cloudy look. So don't get overly concerned about that, but if you do have a concern, shoot me a message and I'll ask the question and we'll get that addressed. But that went on last night, and as we were doing it, we had a couple of people also question, there could be a potential leak here. One of the things that we're doing getting ready to do throughout the city of Vienna is some very extensive infrastructure improvements. Probably the largest scale improvement plan that we have done in decades. And it's coming to Vienna. So be patient, because you're going to see a lot of water line replacement. You're going to see a lot of sewer line replacement. And what that means, unfortunately, a lot of these areas are along city streets. So we'll keep you up to date on where those repairs are going, but you're going to see our roads tore up. You're going to see, unfortunately, yards tore up. But it's all to make our infrastructure better for not just us, but for the next generations. A lot of our water lines are 30 years overdue for replacement. If you go to one of your fire hydrants, you can see unless it's one of the new ones that got replaced, there's a date stamped on it. Where I live on the corner of 39th and 3rd Avenue, there's a fire hydrant. It has a date stamp on it, 1939. So that tells you that the water line hooked to it was put in probably about the same time. I'm going to say probably the exact same time. And we have it's called Transite Water Line. And it's only got about a shelf life of 50 or 60 years. So if you do the math, if it was put in 1939, 1940, and you add 50 or 60 years to that, and you see where we are now, we are way overdue for these improvements. And last night was a prime example of why we need to do these improvements. Because we don't want people's water lines breaking, and you get up and you can't get kiddos ready for school. It sets me in a rush because I can't wash my hair. And
I was gonna say, at least they were in the shower.
You
when
guys
the water
laughed at
went
that.
out.
That's so cool. So that we can do that, and we don't have these ongoing projects that we're not just repairing now, but now we're getting to a point that we're repairing the repairs. Because think about putting a Band-Aid, on one area. You've sealed it off here, but you've created pressure somewhere else. And especially when they go to turn off these valves, which are 5 or 6 feet down on the ground, when they do that, those pipes shift and move under the pressure of the water. This isn't like your water hose. There's a lot of water that shoots out of these pipes. So when they fix one, there's just pressure somewhere else. So the likelihood of a break happening on down the line is high. But these improvements that you're going to see are going to eliminate a lot of those things. We still have several years of improvements that we're going to have to make, but this is going to take care of the most dire of areas in Vienna to be able to bring them up to speed. So just be patient with us. If you see a backhoe, near your front yard or in the street, it's not because they just want to go out there and tear stuff up. It's because they want to make your infrastructure better. So that's a little bit of an update on that.
Is the kayak launch done now? I haven't been down there.
So you should go down to 12th Street.
Okay.
If you have not, we've talked about the kayak launch for years. And last year we actually made the steps, we did the push to get things rolling and accomplished. So if you've not been down to 12th Street, this is not just a little pier with gangplank and a floating dock at the end of it. 12th Street is developing and will be a absolutely beautiful riverfront to be able to enjoy not only kayaking and small watercraft, your boats and things. There's not a boat launch down there, but for kayaks and stuff that you just put in, this will be a wonderful place to be able to enjoy the river, to enjoy Neil Island, which is just a beautiful location in and of itself, to be able to put in. So if you've not been down there, I would suggest drive by. The crews are there working. It is an active construction site, so be very cautious of big machinery, and don't go down and harass the workers. I know, right? I know that's what you were going to do, right? No, I do. Go down and check it out. It's incredible. There's a 14-foot area that'll go from the end of 12th Street all the way down to a connection to the river. For the first time in Vienna's history, since Vienna has been incorporated and or founded for that matter, Vienna will have public access. Our residents will have public access to the river. You will be able to get to River's Edge via Vienna, City of Vienna owned and operated area. And it's beautiful. I like to go down there already, and it's not even complete. So if you get a chance, you can drive down to 12th Street. It is between, if you don't know exactly where that is, Lowe's, Sam's, take that right, headed west if you're going south on Grand Central, and go between Cheddar's, and there's the Lost Anchor and those little shops that are there. You go down through, and you will see all of the wonderful work that our contractors and city crews have been working on. And I truly believe it's going to become a destination location for those to enjoy the river. We've got a couple surprises up our sleeve, which I believe city residents are going to absolutely love when we get those done. And it's just going to make a great place to enjoy the river. So, good question. If you haven't been down there, I would suggest going down and looking. Are you whispering? They can still pick it up on the mic. It's not. Do you know? Is it a real question?
I'll bribe her.
Did you say there were rolls in one of those things? Yeah, I do, but I really shouldn't. But I'm gonna.
But they're good.
I know, I have crackers, but I think I'd rather enjoy a roll.
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh, you did a Bob Evans, right? I was gonna say, are they Bob Evans
No,
rolls?
these
Logan's.
are Logan's.
Oh,
You want butter?
Oh, yeah, give me mine.
You need a knife?
No, I'll just use my fork.
Yeah.
they look like Bob Evans rolls.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are good too.
Yeah, supporting local
I'm
businesses.
sitting here like,
Let me
eating
see
my
here.
sandwich that's falling apart. You did a Bob Evans, right?
I gotta mute this. Hold on, what do we got? Oh, crud, I can't see. I'm getting old. Let's see, we've got some questions here. Is there any plans to upgrade city signs throughout Vienna, especially along Grand Central to 60th Street? Yes. Good question. We do have a plan, or we've taken some time to look at replacing the street signs from 28th Street to 60th Street that would have the same kind of look and feel of the black lights that are along Grand Central with the big globes on top in the Old Town section. And that would be from 28th Street down to 60th Street. We do have that on the kind of forecasted plan to do. My focus right now is, obviously some big areas as far as infrastructure. We're going to redo some sidewalks and various things along Grand Central. But I do have that in my hip pocket. And once we get some time to move forward, we're definitely going to move forward in that. So it'll look like the old wrought iron street signs. And I believe it'll bring a very, nostalgic feel to our beautiful community. I love the way, that feeling is when you come in and you've got all of that just natural beauty that really feels like, again, hometown USA. And those those signs are going to be able to make that again. Okay. Man, I keep taking my glasses off because I can't see. I got that one.
I need bifocals this year.
Thank you for doing all that you do for Vienna. Who's this? You're moving back to Vienna next month, Kennedy. Well, come on back to Vienna. There's no better place to call home than Vienna, West Virginia. So we look forward to having you back in Vienna. Stop by and see us sometime. What is pickleball?
Shall I take this one?
Okay.
YouTube it.
So I'm going to tell you the Chad Emmerich version. And look, forgive me for this comparison because this is how it was explained to me. Pickleball. Pickleball players, please. I'm begging for your forgiveness in advance. Pickleball was explained to me when I first asked about it. It was basically where you would play ping pong sitting on top of the table is what now that's not right. That's a bad example, but you play it with like a big wiffle ball with holes and paddles, and it's a low impact sport. But our finance director, Amy Roberts, is a pickleball pro from back in the day. You've seen the movie Semi Pro with Will Ferrell.
It's really something.
This is Amy Roberts, and she gets very competitive. So
Don't tell that story.
I'm not going to tell. There is a story. There is definitely a story that goes along with that. I'm not at liberty to share it. She could share it because it's her story. But Amy, you just kind of tell people what pickleball is in.
I mean, you explained it very well. It's a sport that nearly anybody that can go out and just pick up fairly easily. It's good for all ages, from about 3 years old to definitely about 90 years old. We have definitely some people in their mid-80s that play regularly at Jackson Park.
Even ADA?
Yeah, yes, even ADA people play.
You got an
And,
example of that, Amy?
it's a lot of fun. And people have an opportunity this weekend to actually watch people in a tournament, which would be a good opener for them if they're interested in
So
seeing.
you have to actually have a table?
No.
You play on a
You play on a
pickleball
really
court.
big table. No. So think ping pong, right?
Right.
If you were small enough to get on a ping pong table,
Oh.
don't try it, Jacinda.
Vienna has
It's
four
the-
pickleball
it's the equivalent
only
of.
courts. We have then 4 courts that have been they're tennis and convert to 4.
Where are
Pickleball
the
courts.
designated pickleball courts
They
at?
are across from the
Oh,
along
okay.
31st
back
Street.
in that area.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know where
They're really nice. We
Very
have some exceptional pickleball courts.
you know the shelter, the kind of is at the top of those steep
Yes.
stairs? It's between that and the pool. the pickleball courts.
They're
Oh,
very
okay.
nice. Very
There's a
heavily
restroom
used.
there too, correct?
Yes.
There is.
Okay.
And there's at the senior center for those 55 years and older. They do pickleball inside the gymnasium, and it's a first come first serve kind of a deal. You sign up, in whatever order you sign up in, you get a play. It's not based upon skill level or it's you sign up, you get a play, and they do that at the Vienna Senior Center, and they've got a schedule for that. Liz is our senior services coordinator, and if you are 55 years and older and would want to look at that or participate in that, contact the Vienna Senior Center and she can get you hooked up. Our public pickleball courts are at Jackson Park up, if you know where the tennis courts are, drive around to the tennis courts almost to the point that you're looking over Jackson Park itself, and you can see it. And there are people on that. I could probably have that thing lit until 2 a.m. and people would be out there playing pickleball. So if you like pickleball, or if you don't know what it is and you want to know what it is, come just watch the tournament a little bit and see how it's played. It's very enjoyable. It's low impact. Absolutely any age can play pickleball. Granted that you can hit the ball over the net. And everybody seems to be enjoying it. A good news story about that is because we get questions about more pickleball courts all the time. If you know where the WVUP has opened the new Innovation and Technology Center on the old OVU campus, they are adding additional public use pickleball courts that are at the other end of 12th Street. It's going to be a lot of activity. You got riverfront kayak opportunities at one end, and on the other end, you've got the Innovation and Technology Center. That's where the new elementary school is going. And for pickleball players, there's going to be some new pickleball courts go up there as well, public use. So lots of availability for that as well. Anything else on pickleball?
No, I was just interested. I think I might try it. I mean,
It's low impact, but if you think, again, kind of like table tennis, ping pong, it's kind of that same feel, but you're not playing at a.
did the senior citizens get to go swimming at Jackson? I think I had read somewhere where they have like a pool party for them.
So this year at Jackson Park, we've actually added some aquatics activities. The senior center has some senior center specific only events that are geared towards 55 and older. But we also have a lot of, we've added additional Aqua Zumba activities at the pool, and that will be public. You have to be 18 years or older, but that'll be open to the public. And our instructors that do our Zumba classes, it's free. You'll be able to come out. It's at night. We turn on the lights. We turn on the lights in the pool. They play music, and they Aqua Zumba. You go to that, didn't you? Haven't I seen you and your daughter?
Every time. So
Um,
fun.
Oh, I'm
It is
so good at that
fun.
one.
I do not.
I did
aqua-
it last year, it was fun.
It is so fun.
Well,
I
I like
convinced
to
a friend of
swim.
mine.
Did we add one or two? I thought we added two. I thought we
Two
Maybe.
total, I think.
because we had one,
I
Oh.
think two.
Really?
so it must be two this year for the public use Aqua Zumba. But then there are other opportunities for the senior center for 55 and older to do some aquatics exercises and those various things. If you've not been to Jackson Pool, it was redone a couple of years ago, and it's a wonderful pool. Beautiful, beautiful facility. We've got some really incredible slides for the kids. It's actually, the pool is actually getting opened up this week, not for public attendance, but we've got our crew from Viva Pools out of Maryland that are on site right now, and it's very high tech. It's not like your old pool where you just dump some chemicals in. It's all very technical, a lot of buttons and switches. So they're there getting it all set up. Pool passes will go on sale this Friday, and you'll be able to buy your pool passes. There's been no change in price from last year to this year, but there will be new passes issued for the 2026 season. And you'll also be able to start to schedule your pool parties. Pool parties are Monday and Tuesday that you can schedule them, and that opens up on May 1st. And pool parties book exceptionally quick. So if you want to utilize the pool for a pool party, you're more than welcome to get that scheduled and get that taken care of. Any other wonderful questions? Well, I
Are
should-
pool
I'm
passes
thinking,
going
the
to
wheels are
run?
turning.
Say again?
How much are the pool passes going to run?
I would,
Somebody asked me that the other day, and I was
Oh.
like, I don't know.
all the pool pass information and prices for individuals, families, seniors, it's on the Jackson Pool Facebook page.
Okay,
And they can go, and the prices didn't change.
okay, somebody
There-
asked me, I was like, I don't know.
They're also posted at the pool itself, so they can check that out.
A family of 4 in Vienna, if you live in Vienna, is $175.
So
That's reasonable.
Vienna residents, a family of 4, is $175, and it's what, $25
For each additional family member.
for each additional family member. So what the pool passes do, and that's why I brought them back last year, was that you can go and swim for a bit. If you want to go get lunch or you need to run home, you can do that, and you can come back and keep swimming. So it gives you greater flexibility. We've got a scanner. You come in, it does everything. We track all of that. It's got your picture on it, your name on it, and gives what the year is. I was looking. Yes, the street sign should be reflective. What about junk cars sitting in people's property? That is an ongoing situation that we continue to battle. We do have a city code that, and I'm shifting gears from the pool. We do have city code that works that. Kevin Parrish is our code enforcement officer. They're actually looking at doing some updates to that. Some things have changed in state law that we need to make sure that we're mirroring and working with. So our city attorney and our code enforcement officer are currently working on getting that updated. And what we ask residents is, be good neighbors. That's probably the easiest way to resolve a lot of this. If you've got a broken down car, be considerate of your neighbors to the left or the right, where that car is parked and what it sits like and what it looks like. When grass grows up around it, or you've got animals crawling inside of it, or if it's broken down, let's be considerate of one another, because this is Vienna and that's what we do. Cover it over with a car cover. Even if you have antique tags on it, if it looks beat up and falling apart, cover it with a car cover. Keep it mowed around, keep it clean, and that will eliminate a lot of the complaints that we get in general. However, there are some that we need to address, homes that nobody's living in, but there's been a car sitting there for 20 years. That's what code and our city attorney are working on some of those things, but we are working on it. We are trying to address it, but we just ask that you be neighborly. Be considerate of those around you. I understand that it might be a prized possession of you, but your neighbor may not think so. So just take your neighbors into consideration as we try to work through some of this stuff, that we're being fair to the homeowner and their property, but we're also being fair to the residents that live in and around that call Vienna home. Any status update on playground equipment for Spencer's Landing? So we've put our first 2 task orders in through our contractor, or I guess not our contractor, our engineer, Thrasher, that the first 2 big moving pieces are the entertainment stage, the multi-use stage, in exceptional family large restroom facilities in and around that area. We do have plans long-term to be able to put those things in. We have to make sure that we're in compliance, because a lot of that area is in floodplain. So we have to be particularly careful about what we put in there and what we put down there. But that's in the long-term plan that we've got down. And when we get to the point that we're starting to put those task orders out, we'll keep everybody up to date to let them know. But for the most part, look, kids just like running around. And it's great. You go down and you see kids and families. there's not a lot of just open space to be able to do that. And Spencer's Landing gives you a wonderful location, green, big areas of wonderful beauty, just to go down there and let the kids run. Let them run and they'll sleep well. But we do have plans to be able to do that, and as soon as we get that doing, we'll go.
Did you say there were questions on the city page also?
No, I did not see so I'll have to go.
And I have one more
I got
question
to
about the
switch back
cherry
and
trees.
forth. Any update on the design of the John Manville project? Yes. Last year, I requested through Congressman Riley Moore's office an earmark, which we were awarded in the amount of $1 million. We got that. We didn't get the money yet. The paperwork is supposed to drop this summer, and funds should be available this fall. And we hope to be able to have that out to bid during late summer. And on the Manville side, what I have considered, or I have dubbed the apocalypse, we're going to see how much work. I hope we can get it all done, but we're going to make a big dent in that. If you look at that property, you split it right up the side, north and south. To the north, we're redoing a lot of the just flat concrete area. We're going to turn that into parking to support Spencer's Landing and those events. I didn't see any sense in wasting money doing something twice, so why rip it out then go right back and replace it? So working with Public Works in-house, we are converting and turning a lot of that space into usable parking places for Spencer's Landing. Now on the south side of that, you split that up basically from 30th Street to 28th Street. That's all going to get ripped out. There are no plans as of right now because of very restrictive land covenants that are on that property to be able to build, develop, or what have you. My intention and my goal right now is simply just to get all of that ugly concrete out and at least turn it into green, beautiful space that we can enjoy and won't be this nasty eyesore that's sitting down there. You may notice that we covered up a lot of the fence with some privacy screening, which helped a lot, but it'll be much better when we get all of that ripped out. So let me see if we've got playground equipment, got that. We did that one. All right, I'm gonna switch. We'll switch now, and I'm sorry if you've had questions on the Vienna page. They've been flowing into my page as well. So let's see what we got here. Hopefully no storms during the concerts, because we had some pretty big thunder, although it was kind of cool. It was a really neat light show that we had. Any plans for a citywide weekend yard sales? No permit required. Have we ever done anything like that? Is that something we could even entertain?
Probably, with council action.
Well, that would take council action because we'd be waiving fees. So the question is, any plans for a citywide weekend for yard sales with no permit required? No one's brought that up. That's the first time I've been asked that question. I can ask and see if that's possible, but again, that would take council approval because we'd be waiving fees. I don't have the authority just to waive fees or to charge fees for various things. That all takes council action, so that's something we can do. Question about potholes. We were asked, the ones I have provided to you have been addressed. JB, we have an ongoing list in the asphalt company that actually produces the asphalt, just actually started up and running again. So you'll see blacktop projects going on in pothole repair. Right now, we just have the availability to put cold patch down, which works for about half a second until it rains and it gets beat out by oncoming traffic. So I will go back and I'll reference the message from you, and I'll check to see where we're at on that. If and this is for JB, if you want to shoot me a message again just to bring your message to the forefront and give me the address, I will get out this afternoon and give it a look. All right, that was all the questions on the city page. Do we have anything left over?
I have two questions.
I have two. You just keep making up questions.
No, you
That's
keep
okay.
bringing things to light. You said about the sidewalk repairs. Isn't that county?
So, yeah, so that has been the boilerplate response for decades
State.
on state. It's a state thing. Yeah, state. So thank you for that. We have some sidewalks that are on Grand Central that are completely unsafe, and it's a safety issue. So per our city attorney, we have the availability, because it's a safety concern, to make those needed repairs. And that's some of the things we're going to address now throughout
Do we
the
get
ci-
to back charge the state?
wouldn't that be great? Now, throughout the city, the ordinance that's in place that basically states that Vienna residents are responsible for the sidewalks in front of their homes. We still have the program in place that if you pay for the supplies, we'll come out and do your concrete work for you. So it's a partnership between residents and the city. So if you have a section of concrete in front of your house that you want to get replaced, but you don't really have the money to incur everything, if you pay for the supply, the concrete, we'll bring our city crew out, which are doing exceptional work. This year, we've taken on a majority of the concrete work itself in-house, and they've been doing really good work through Public Works, and we can get that
CM2.
addressed.
And then my other question is, my idea about the cherry trees being sponsored by residents.
Cherry, along where we
Well, Spencer's Landing would be a great place to start.
So
and 12th Street.
you brought up cherry trees or Japanese cherry blossoms?
Well, the ones my likes.
Japanese cherry blossoms. Yes, those are a favorite. Of a lot of people. I actually talked with Jack Mathers, our forester, today about developing a plan to look at some stuff at 12th Street. The development, the plantings and things at Spencer's Landing are part of a big master plan, and we're able to have a little bit more freedoms because 12th Street is not part of that master plan. That we can do things a little different. I have that written down. We haven't taken any action on that, but yeah, it's always a good. You look throughout our community over the years, and there's been a lot of times when families or individuals have sponsored things and have done that. Friends of Vienna does that with the beautiful hanging baskets that we have along Grand Central. Trees have been donated in people's honor. I've had several park benches that people want to sponsor and put the little, in remembrance of, in a nameplate and things like that. That's what community does, right? It's not just all about the city going out and doing what they want, putting where they want it. It's bringing the community together. So that's a good suggestion, and we'll see how it is. What is this? My cell service is not nearly as good in Upper Vienna as it is down by the mall. I don't know where the towers are, and I spoke to the carrier, but does the city? No, unfortunately, we have nothing to do with the city towers. And depending upon your cell phone service, this is going out to Amy. It can be shaky, even in some of the buildings you're at. But unfortunately, no, Amy, we don't have any availability to do that. All right. Well, I think we have answered all of the questions that have come through. It's approximately 12:33. The reason that I wanted to do this today was simply to provide you, the residents and business owners of Vienna, the opportunity to sit down and have an open discussion upon any conversation or topic that you may have. As always, my door is open. If you have a need or concern, a complaint, a suggestion, a groan, a moan, whatever it may be, you can call my executive assistant, Teresa Smith, at 304-295-6081, and she'll get you on the schedule, and we'll set up for you to be able to come in. So many times problems can be resolved, issues can be resolved with just a simple conversation, knowing what the need is, what the concern is, and we can tell you what we can do or why we can't do what you're requesting. But we will always provide a response to you and an opportunity to be able to share any of those concerns, questions, complaints, and like I said, moans and groans. I am here, along with council, to serve you, the Vienna residents and our business owners, and to provide you with all of the information we can, along with the public services. So it is approximately 12:34. I'm going to do one last scan. What is the time frame on fixing 19th Street between 9th Avenue and the bridge? We do have 19th Street in closing on the schedule. That's concrete work and not just paving work. I was asked yesterday about why can't we just pave over top of concrete streets? We can't do that because it raises the height of the road and it blocks off everybody's stormwater drains off of their house. So if you go down the road, you see pipes that are in the curbs. If we just pave over top of that, it raises the road, and well, what's that do, right? If you have a pipe here and it's draining on the road, but I pave it and it raises the road, your water ain't got nowhere to go. So unfortunately, we can't just pave concrete streets. We do have 19th Street. There are several places on 19th Street that we have planned for repairs. A lot of intersections, a lot of bad potholes. 19th, 37th, 51st, 57th are some of the big concrete street areas that we're looking at. There are others. There's a big road through Forest Hills and through that area that we've got a lot of places that got water that comes up out of the middle that we want to get done. We're trying to catch up on about 30 years of deferred maintenance in a lot of situations. I would simply ask that you be patient, give us a little time, and you will see progress. So at the end of the day, I'm going to close out, finish my salad and my roll and my macaroni salad, which is very tasty. And do that. If you have something you want to come see me about, I am here. My door is always open and you are always welcome. Vienna, take care. Have the rest of a great day and just enjoy what we have. It's a good day. Take care.